Akinari Kamiri Sun Arcana in P3, and for me personally, this is one of the best social links in the whole series, and also the most sad one. And not only that, Akinari fits extremely well in Persona 3 team, and I'm just so glad that when I first time played Persona 3, that I've discovered him and I quickly fell in love with him. And he's very sad yet interesting social link. Like, part of me didn't even want to advance through his social link, because it just feels so real, and I genuinely was really sad after finishing it, since I also know somebody similar in real life, and similar things like this must happen on a daily basis in the real world. Anyway, when we first started his social link, Akinari is hopeless and extremely depressed, saying things like, compared to Michael's light, he is nothing but a vanishing shadow, and that he feels like he's lying in an unyielding darkness. And he also tells you that he has a genetic disease without any known cure, and that he doesn't have much time left. He knows his death is coming and doesn't bother with denial or hope. No one can really understand what is it to live like him. But he prefers it that way. He won't wish this on anyone. Akinari has a strong hair, but unfortunately a weak body. And he knows that. Akinari quickly takes a liking in you. He tells the MC that he really values that you're spending a time with him, and he's often saying things like, you shouldn't waste a time with him. Another reason why he likes MC is everyone else, even his family, they are not treating him like a normal, healthy person. They are showing him a sympathy and a pity, but he's not looking for that. He's looking for a friend and to find a meaning in his short time he has left. And Akinari finds both. He finds a friend, and the friend is obviously you, and he finds a meaning in life. You see, Akinari has a hobby, and he loves to read books. And Akinari's favorite books are about heroes and hope. He easily gets absorbed in those stories, and it also helps him forget the fact that he has a disease and he will soon die. So those books are also kinda like an escape from his cruel fate, and they also help him forget that he is alone in the room. He also doesn't like to read the books to the end, but not for common reasons like the book isn't interesting or entertaining enough. He simply doesn't want to finish the story because when he does, it reminds him that his story isn't so happy, and it reminds him of his cruel fate. Akinari decides to write his own book about a pink alligator who is alone in life, just like Akinari because of his differences. In the story he wrote, because the alligator is pink, it's difficult for him to hunt for food due to his visibility. But he makes a friend, a bird that was unable to fly, so the bird will stand on the alligator's back and practice its flying. But one day, when the alligator is dizzy from starving, he accidentally swallows his bird friend. When he realizes what he has done, he drinks a swamp water to vomit up the bird, only to find out the bird is dead. Alligator begins to cry constantly, and eventually he drowns himself in his own tears. Very sad story. But his tears form a beautiful lake where all the animals come to relax, without knowing the alligator is the one behind it and the fact he is dead. And by creating such a beautiful place for other animals in the forest, the alligator has found its meaning in life. And the reason why I just read the whole story of the pink alligator is because the story is actually very important. Because in the end, I mean not just in the end, but this story is describing his own life, his meaning in life, and also his meaning in afterlife. See, Akinari's final wish was to finish this book so you, the MC, could read it. He found a meaning in his life, and he was extremely determined to finish this book for you. In fact, he was so determined that he even stopped taking his medication because it was making him drowsy, and if his hands go numb, he can write. And if he can write, he can continue his story. and that was his meaning in life, to finish the story. In the end, when Akinari does finish the story with a happy ending, he is also very happy, and he is claiming his body feels lighter. He thanks you for everything, and he says, in the end, he is glad he was born. And after that, something very unexpected happens, and he literally disappears. My theory is that he was already dead since like rank 7, but because he was so determined to finish the story and show it to us, it was his spirit who finished the book. And why I said some time ago, the pink alligator story is describing his own meaning in life and afterlife is because no one knew who Akinari was, but later in P4 the book was referenced by Kanji, and Kanji said the story was great. So in the story of Pink Alligator, he died because he drowned in his own tears, and those tears made a beautiful lake where other animals relaxed. And when Akinari died, he made a book, and this book is enjoyed by the others after he died. And it's also irony, Akinari represents Sun Arcana, which is depicted as a card that represents absolute positivity with no negativity. But it's true, Akinari represents positivity in his book after he dies. And at the end of the game, also we can find his mother, and she tells us that before Akinari died, he thanked her for everything and said he was glad to be born, just like he told us before he disappeared. Also because he told this to his mother is now determined to move forward in life and live happy for him too. Akinari is such an interesting character in the Persona series, as I said at the start. I truly love his social link, and no one shall miss his social link, as it represents the theme of the game as well. And let's be honest, this is one of the most depressing social links in the series. Anyway, that's it for today's video, and thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please hit the like button. If you want to see more videos, hit the subscribe button, and if you have something to say, please make a comment, and goodbye.